Hey, NASDAQ, where you get the best dope on the markets. I am Alan Palmer. Let me step out of the pits. Okay, and what are we looking at here? Okay, today is December 1st. Okay, we got a blanket of snow here. Chicago had about, 12, 14 inches. This is silver. Okay, it's a 12-minute chart here. Here, you can see here. This was the opening bar. The opening bar at 5 o'clock, man. Put your stuff in on a range trade, you know. I mean, they swing it. The first 5 minutes, right out of the, after the weekend. So there we have a buck range. You can see we got a buck range. And then, then we work our way higher. We come around here to where we started the week. Okay, and then we come up here. It's probably a little... Hang on. Yeah, that'd be a little tiny olive sell if you saw it. You see that? Here, this way. I'm going to tell you why I think you should learn this, okay? See it up there? 58.37.8. It's 58.37.8, you know. Anyway, here, silver has just, here, this is 54 bucks, okay? So we rallied $4.50 here. That's silver. Is JP Morgan shutting their gold bullion desk? Here you can see the volume here in the, we keep getting bigger volume here, man. Yeah, anything could happen. Anything could happen. In my opinion, silver could be up $10 in a day. You know, say 8. You know, the biggest ever. Why not? These are the biggest ever markets here. Let's go take a peek at gold here. See what kind of stalling around this green here. We did make a new high here. This is all I got here. This is gold. Okay, that's the break in gold. Silver's like up here, okay? And these would be some small targets up there. That's what those are. All right, let's take a little gander here at crude oil here. Okay, last week 57.11. This is Jan crude. Anyway, here we are up by a green here, 59.90. I'm just saying here, this is a weekly chart. Here. Actually, let me put it on a daily. Okay, so this is how it traded here. You had this olive buy down here. You know, that's why you think, look. Okay, you think you miss it. You know, you just put it in there with a 25-cent stop. I don't know. Here you got stopped out. Well, here you hit it. Okay, and then here you got stopped out. I don't know what to tell you here. Okay, because this is the same setup here. Okay, this was just a retrace of that over there. Okay, that's crude oil. All right, NASDAQ. We're looking at the NASDAQ here. This is a daily chart here. Okay, so these are my, the numbers here. Green, orange, then olive, thick olive. This green was printed here today, actually last night. And, we'll see. It's a green. We've seen that everywhere where crude oil was just at a green, wasn't it? Yeah, crude oil's at a little green. This same thing. Here in the S&P's a little bit different, a little deeper. Over an orange, back down to a green. Here's silver on a 12-minute here, just swinging within a buck. Here's beans here, kind of tipping over here a little bit here. You know, these are trading markets. I think you want to be buying breaks, okay? This is here. Let's look at beans, 10.20 to 11.60, okay? So we went, and now here, watch this here too. This is a two-way market, okay? Under here, under 11.15, under 11.19 over here. We get some selling here. And any farmers that are postponing to sell in the new year, they know who you are. Goldman knows who you are. Here's gold up $7 here, 4,300 on the high end of things today. Green there also. When I say greens, okay, I'm not calling out. I'm not telling you what they are here. But if you want to learn them, you just take them and leave, just take them and leave. Pay me something and take them and leave. Absolutely. You do not need me. If you're your own trader, Okay, here's meal here on the downside here. You know what? This bean oil here, I don't know. You know, these were nice buys at 50 here again. I'm kind of getting ready to ring that register here, you know, because we bought them. We bought them like over here in the DEC contract, okay? It was a nice 400-point move. We broke 200 points, maybe a touch bit more. Yeah, a touch bit more. And now here we are up at this 52.07. It was like the same level in DEC, wasn't it? Let's just go look at the DEC here. Now, this is DEC, okay? So this will be priced a little bit cheaper because it's going to be closest to cash. Yeah, this was this 51.9. This was here. You had a trend line up here. You know, just two-step off here, and you got over this high, okay? And then, as a matter of fact, once we got back under this, there was one more rally here, you know? So, and then happened to get lucky enough to buy them down there, you know? The harder you work, the luckier you get. Okay, we are going to leave here, but this is the cattle page, okay? Cattle is high flyer, you know, all-time record high, big break. And so here we are, a little lower. Oh, look at these spreads here. If you're looking at, I like buying D, selling Feb here. Minus $5. Minus $5. I think we traded minus $3. And that's just a flyer. Get a hold of me if that's your product and you need to talk. I'll tell you what it is because it's not huge. Anyway, so here, this was this morning here, 14.50, so it was about another $1.50 lower. So we were down almost $4, depending on which month here. See, these back ones are stronger, minus $1.35, minus $1.02. It seems like where the value is hidden here. We got down to 200 round down, okay, and rallied $12 there. So, all right, let's call this a wrap. You need something? Get a hold of me, ARP@NASDOG.com. Rule, trader, adage, or excuse. I don't have deep pockets to trade. That's the excuse. All right, thanks for watching.